it's something I didn't think I would say about Zeus. I think he's someone that impressed us to begin with, but yeah, it looks as though CNED is still going to opt to stay with that Omen, and Zeus is going to be playing the Raze. What do you make of this, Gorilla?
Yeah, I think that when Sunset's coming back now, a lot of teams are resorting back to kind of last year's meta with the double initiator. I would have liked to see some, as you said, double duelist, really give CNED some of the explosive kind of ability that he can have, maybe a Jet Raze, but ultimately they're playing it safe, not going to fault it for them.
Yeah. And the Breach server on the other side too.
Yeah, so Gentlemates actually played this map during the little sort of break that we had, right? And it's Kamek that's moving over. So beforehand, Kamek was playing that Viper and has now decided to move on to that Breach. So I wonder what the decision-making process was behind that. I wonder if they felt as though they needed to provide more support for comeback when he's running into those sites on that attack, because their defense looked flawless when they played it last.
Yeah, I think like comeback go kill is not really a bad game plan, and any support that you can really give him is probably welcome.
This is the ultimate comeback go kill, I think, if they're running comms like this. And for Gentlemates, this will be a huge, huge deal if they're able to close this out 2-0. So Mitch and Tom, let's see if they can.
Quite the task for FUT, but a good sign for them early, having CNED deliver. You heard about it on the desk there. A player that we know is that Turkish Jet, and playing the Omen, playing that operator, even on a map like Bind, where you don't see a lot of Omen on that map. It was great to see. Now, he has another challenge. Winning out his opponent's map pick, because they just got stomped on their own. A big part of that, though, losing both pistols, which is, as I said, something that mates haven't been able to manage so far this year with the previous iteration of the roster.
Yeah, I think for me the more worrying sign was that Zeus was kind of offline. Which, when you go back to previous stage, I think any time that did happen, they lost. Like, he really was a huge win factor for them individually. And I think that everybody else on the other side seemed like they were hitting. So going into a map where he is that solo duelist, and sure, you're going to have cracks playing aggressively, you're going to have the initiators to set him up. It kind of comes down to, is this guy going to be hitting this map, or is he going to get wrecked by the duelist on the other side?
Right here.
Well, another pistol and a chance for FUT to pick up their first in this series. The defensive side mounted, and a good read immediately. Look at the pings going down. The push up from Yedege inside of B main, about to be spotted. The rotation on the back of it sends 4 players from FUT to the A side of the map. It was a big rotation. They were ready for that blitz, but mates, having seen that aggression from the Cypher on the other side, they go back in the other direction. They leave Mini to hold the control, but he loses his life to that push from Mr. Fallen. Now they have to go through this utility. I mean, actually, obviously in a pistol, you don't have that much to play with. And with a ghost bot up from Yedege, his only trap's being destroyed.
That's the thing. Mr. Fallen is currently playing as Sheriff with none of the Prowlers. Like, it's not what you'd normally see your initiator doing. But they are playing with these rotations again. This is something that mates did incredibly well in the previous map. The Haunt thrown out, and because of how late this has gone, the full rotation starting to come in, but the knife gives it away. You mentioned it in the last map, how impactful those were. Mr. Fallen will at least be in the right place at the right time, and he needs to at least get something. I think he's screwed here.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, the Aftershock sending him out into the open. 3 players waiting for him. Rotation cut by Vetgaj, but it's all through the spawn. He'll be late to the play. Late to the party, leaving those 3 players on site. Maybe a bit more passive, but they've gone swinging. And Zeus is there to meet him. He had a tough map 1, but already activated in the pistol round. And a 2 versus 3. With Vetgaj sprinting in, they've already heard the steps. They know exactly where he is. But he'll spot the defuse is not being pulled all the way. 1 player incredibly low. There's still a chance for this to go the way of mates, but CNED seals the deal for the other side. It's FUT 1-0.
Yeah, good recovery from them in the end. I was a little bit nervous, especially with how the rotations were played. I think Vetgaj did an incredible job of selling that fake, like throwing in all of that server utility onto the other side of the map. It was the re-aggression that sort of sealed it. It didn't work out for mates. They weren't able to win those fights. They're not shying away from a fight though, Mitch. I'm looking at the buys. They're going to bring out the stinky stingers.
Well, they were so good in the pistol rounds of the previous half, they believe their round 2s can be equally as strong. The force buy in round number 2, a confident play from Gentlemates, and after a 13-7 on the first map, I'm not surprised. But
they're doing the Lothar bomb.
Yeah. The right click. I think you're dead on there. That's what they're doing.
We all do that, right? Everyone does that.
Oh, you're throwing if you're not, I heard.
Yeah.
But for FUT, this is somewhere that they've still invested pretty deep. It's going to give them a good advantage in most of these fights. Still 2 Bulldogs left for this fight, but Comeback has now managed to thread the needle through. Mr. Fallen waiting for him, lands the Sheriff shot, and now this becomes a very difficult round for Mates. They might at least get a plant out of this situation. Anything after that is an uphill battle indeed.
That's a very good seize. It's locked them both into a corner, but the plant has come through. So many angles left to cover and no range to be had. They're going to go into the smoke. It's definitely risky. And you can see that Krax is ready and waiting for this smoke to fade. They are not looking the correct way. Kamik has done incredibly well, though. Already managing a couple, and now Vekash alongside him. They've somehow turned this into a competitive round, and it's left all onto That's Over. Yedaje now wrapping back around the corner, but the time has been ticking for a long time. They were waiting ages for that smoke to fade. He's expecting this to be a bait, expecting the wraparound on the other side, and the spray just about connects. It's going to be incredibly close, but he has got it. Half a second left and a Red Bull clutch for Yedaje.
Oh, that was down to the wire. 0.56 of a second. Gets FUT their second round, and now it should be plain sailing. A lot of dangers in this round. They lose the opening on the side of Mates. They lose Comeback as well, but then this push through the smoke, this classic kill, or classic damage, I suppose it was Vekash to actually take the kill with the Guardian. That gave them not only an opportunity, but the favor of the round, but just about they'll get there in the end. And like I said, plain sailing. Now they're just up against the pistols from Gentlemates. But this was the round that FUT were able to put on the board earlier on.
Like he said, plain sailing. Nothing Mitch has ever said has ever gone back the other way, so we'll wait and see.
I'm pretty accurate with these predictions.
Oh. Comeback is currently playing a classic with full shields. And he doesn't even have anywhere near enough orbs for the ult. So clearly just feeling that his classic is so good that he needs the extra shields. Or that maybe somebody else will get a kill and he can get a gun. Oh, he's already dead. Mini did get another kill, but just look at the damage that's already onto the opposing side. Even still, they're making this one a little bit costly. It's not pretty, but eventually they'll make it work. A costly few rounds for the side of FUT, but when you're winning an extra round in there, I don't think they'll mind too much.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-0 start, you probably do want to be looking at a bit of a stronger economy to fall back on. Even now, Krax is struggling for the cash, has to rely on a drop, but it's a 3-0 start, and that's a damn sight better than anything they had in either of the previous halves. Now they come up against the full buy from Gentlemates. They come up against a lot of ultimates that are just about to be online. Kamik one away from the Rolling Thunder. That could be found here in the initial fight towards A main. A very fast fight indeed, but not one that Comeback is even close to winning. There's 4 players here. They go in the back of the Paranoia. It's trades to start with, but Krax then puts bodies on the floor, finds the spike for his side as well, and with a deep smoke, this round becomes almost impossible for Gentlemates. One away from Prox's ult, though. They might be able to steal the spike back.
Yeah, the issue I'm having right now is I feel like the setup for Comeback hasn't been particularly good. Like, there aren't players on the other side left blind. There aren't players like forced out of angles or even in awkward positions. It feels like he's just sliding in to the battle. Now, they do manage to get that spike, as you mentioned. They have stolen it away. The block from FUT just came in a little bit too late. We've already seen in the last map, a lot of these rounds slipped away from them.
Yeah, they did run for the block the second they saw that ult come online when the orb was taken, but Prox was quick to steal that spike. Smoke fading, CNED sees that that angle is clear. That should hasten the retake from Yedaje and Krax. All they have to do is make sure they trade, but Main has fallen! And now everyone on that attacking side looking towards the spawn. Krax finds his first one, Mini! Saves the day for Gentlemates! An unbelievable 2v4 for this squad.
It's crazy that this guy has taken up the leadership mantle, and half the time the strat's just, I'm going to kill everyone. Like, this was a 2v4 scenario. I premised it with saying that we saw FUT let some of those slip in the last map, but a lot of it just comes down to this guy's pure individual brilliance. It's a round one, but it was anything but clean. But as we mentioned, when you have that 3-0 start, but you're losing as many players as you did, well, you said it, they might have wanted a slightly stronger economy than this. Well, they don't, and look at what they're left with.
Cage triggered.
Yeah, the disadvantage of losing those players, but I suppose more so, look at it as the benefit for Mates for doing so well, for making these rounds so very close. Nice flash, good paranoia. That's going to make it very difficult to even find that opening pick. The nade denies the punish of aggression towards a main, and FUT are out of there for free. They've got a showstopper to work with in this round as well. A bunch of pistols to play around. This is far from an easy victory. Good thing is that Outlaw can pick them out of the sky. Most of them quite low on shields, or even having none at all.
I know exactly.
Makes them squishy as can be. Still a 3 versus 3 that they're left in. They're gonna go through the smoke. He's just walked through. An Outlaw in hand and comeback, walking through smoke, sliding into angles. This guy's feeling confident. The ult's gonna be popped here. He's chasing down the ace, and he'll get his fourth. He's solo though.
Left.
It's an easy connection for CNED, but an easy plant for Gentlemates.
Yeah, weirdly enough, he uses overdrive and becomes less accurate than when he was sliding him with a sniper rifle. It shows you who Comeback is as a player, but from what was a shaky scenario to now, just CNED standing. As you can see, he's trying to get in the mind of his opponent, thinking just how Kamek would.
Cover going out.
Some would even say they look very similar. But for now, at least, doesn't look like he has the time to play with. That spike has been ticking away for a while, and if anything, just going down to that spike probably holds more value. If he can maybe take a player away, he's going to try and bait them in, but there's not really a reason for them to beat. Mini just did it for style points.
Yeah, even if he hits that shot, the round's already far gone. Another round on the board for Mates, but you know, we come into that one and there's not a lot for FUT. 4 pistols, a couple ultis that are almost there or that are there, and they end up committing the showstopper with it being lost early on.
He was also low as well, so I like he would have had to see someone and shoot immediately. Like, I'm all for committing a showstopper in a round like this when you've got that opening pick. I just feel like when he's that low, it was a real gamble.
It didn't matter anyways with it being the Outlaw, but 100%, that could have been any player there. Just the one bullet needed. Comeback is hastening his pace, but Zeus, the one waiting on the other side, finds the pick. CNED TP's out, but he's not out yet. He's made it.
He's done well.
He's gotten out. Fair play. The high mobility paying off for CNED. We've seen this before, but not quite on the Omen. Still drawing breath. He's seen a barrel. He knows there's someone close. He'll end up drawing blood. Oh, get your gun out. What is that? That could have been the round
That's a fat
for
finger.
FUT.
That's a fat finger.
Oh, man.
That's all that could be. There's no way that that was what he meant to do. And well, Yedaje, they know exactly where he is at this stage. Mekaj immediately comes out of hiding, and that's one of the biggest blunders I've ever seen.
Oh,
and yesterday
man.
I watched Angel win a 1v2 with no time.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that one. Never bit my tongue so hard in my life. Almost drew blood, but Mr. Fallen almost drew blood there as well. It would have been an easy double. And he takes the ult out.
You know as well they're going to slow-mo replay and pulling out the bloody
Andy,
ult.
you know what? Honestly, Andy, this time I can't blame you. Our EVS operator, he's having a field day.
He just likes to torture us.
He loves the pain. He loves the pain. But 3-3, that should have been a round for FUT. And if they lose this series now, that is going to haunt them. Look, the man knows what he did. The ult came out, then the hunt came out as well.
Hey, look, nice replay. Oh, look, a nice replay.
Oh,
and
no.
a not nice replay.
And then he takes... No, it was the C's. He didn't even have the hunt. He hits ult, then hits C, bro.
Enemy remaining.
Wait, do we have this? Yeah.
Get this man heavier switches, please.
Oh, God.
That keyboard's too light.
I need some help.
Oh, man.
So the FUT, they've literally, they fumbled a 2v4, and now they fumbled that round off. Not Maverick once, but twice
Twice in a row.
the same second. Redemption. No, it's
that was ambition there, Tom. I love to see
I
it.
gotta believe it's something. My head's gone and we're only in round 6.
Oh, I wish we could press a button and do like a mid-round interview, just real quick. How do you feel about what just happened? That man is going to be upset. Mates,
I'm upset.
They're up against pistols. They found their opening pick as well. Big dive to backside. Good flash that came through from Kamek. The paranoia may be committed as well from Prox with the assist coming through, or it could have just been them running through the smoke.
I think that has been aim
Either way.
trading the whole time he's been away.
Absolutely.
He's looked crispy the whole time. It hasn't
paying off.
helped.
It's helped him. The return of CNET has been a glorious one, but
It won't be remembered.
well, maybe not for the right reasons.
Well, he will go down in the end. Mates now take the lead after 4 spies that did a lot of damage. Ever since they've had the rifles, it has been 4 in a row. Well, this round, this one was normal, at least. Like they lost to a stronger buy. Really solid paranoia coming through from Prox as well. And that's always the thing that I look to. Like I expect to see solid individuals, like take the likes of Mini winning that 2v4 with 4 kills. But I'm looking for that synergy. I'm looking for what the more supportive players are bringing. And thus far, I have been impressed. Like, it's the youngsters that have done a lot of the heavy lifting versus a very experienced team.
I think they were going to double push mid there, and then Mr. Fallen just walked away.
Maybe he pulled his ult out.
Oh, man. Left Zeus to tank that op shot all alone. Might have been a collateral had he have walked with him. Gentlemates trading out the opening pick. A look to the A site. So far, that is certainly the lighter of the defenses. Kamek's got a bit of danger brewing as he moves towards this B site fake.
Oh, he's dead.
Stun put through, but Yedege hiding behind the boxes. The thing is, how patient is he going to be? There could be 3 players here. There could be someone staring at him, but Kamek's walking forward. Oh, there we go. That's an easy pick. Don't. Okay. He got scared. He didn't want to go for the knife. Thank God.
They gotta go now! And what's seen it has just been caught with utility in hand. That seems to be the story of the day. Everything going wrong. No command called. They've also thrown in the Nightfall. They have them with no utility and still left stuck in the mud, but even still they're winning the fights. Come back with another. Yedege. There'll be some hope that maybe he can retrieve this player, but it's more so going to be come back on the swing. A little bit risky, and now he's put this into a disadvantage. Maybe some over-aggression there, leaving Prox alone.
Huge over-aggression, Tom. You know that that player is down on the ground. A mistake gets him back in the game, and look at what Prox has to do now. A 1v2. They know he's still on the site. He needs this pick cleanly. He holds through the smoke! Prox has a real chance, but the spray! It doesn't quite land. Yedege is there to save the day for FUT, to climb back to even numbers.
I thought he had it. Like the first bullet accuracy of this guy is genuinely scary. Even through the smoke, he's just been hitting those headshots. It does kind of feel like a... Yeah, he actually got revealed and then used it. It doesn't make any sense. It was like he just like, I'm dead anyway, so I'll just use the smoke. But yeah, not realizing that the player clearly got that far. It's definitely a mistake from comeback and on Prox with an attempt. A good attempt at that. Nonetheless. 4-4. Comeback now with a judge and an overdrive. And I'm more afraid of the judge.
Bring them down.
Certainly with how quickly he can slide into angles. Mr. Fallen safely behind a trip at least. Should be good for now. Shock darts going to the standard trip positions, but they're in different spots now. Comeback close to running into one. He's heard it. He knows it's there, and it's not there anymore. And he's lost his life. The side of Mates. They have the advantage to work with. Comeback, judge in hand, up close. He's got a great spot. The jump shots eventually land. And a 3 versus 4 to work with, but it's pulled back. Zeus a little early on the flank.
The smoke has caused them issues, and right back through it he goes. But even still, it's only a 1-for-1. Leaving his teammates in that post. Kamek still with a stun to play with, but probably not going to pull it out in this position. The flash doesn't quite connect, but even still, he can't land the shots quick enough. Cracks with an immediate headshot after his teammate goes down, and FUT are going to make that retake stick.
Solid work from FUT. I think Zeus a little ahead of the pack there. They're not quite ready to dive out of spawn, but still managed to land it in the end. This trap wasn't even activated. I think Mini did run into it, but he didn't end up being deleted or being revealed. Straight spams through the smoke to give them that chance. The trade on the comeback comes through so quickly, and there was definitely a chance for Kamek there. But the jump caught him off guard. 5th now for FUT. They could be leading by more. This is the recovery you needed to see.
Be leading by more.
Absolutely.
Operator in for CNED. He's proven already that this has been a gun with high value. Rolling Thunder available for Kamek. Actually, it's going to be sent through immediately. I believe it's been dodged. Well, not the prettiest of sprays, but the weapon being retrieved will be his demise. Mini is going running through, but there are 3 players left on the other side, and now, well, Vekash goes for exactly the same fight. They're swinging the full side of FUT in 1v3 duels. Now, Prox does have his ult. He could look to steal that spike again, but I think FUT should have made this realization. Yeah, they're going to try and block it.
I believe 3 players stood there, and they're there just in time. At least now, Kamek knows there's players close, but after the knife hit him, they know that he's around this area, and CNED, no slouch on the operator. He's just secured the round. Prox should just be saving this weapon. 30 seconds, spike to be retrieved, at least 3 players on the
30
site.
seconds left.
Knows he doesn't have a chance of winning this. And yeah, he will just sit down on the A site, carry it forward.
Oh, it's going to be FUT to extend their lead. It seems to be that they should have been in this advantageous
10
position.
seconds
Not
left.
quite like the first map, where it definitely felt like mates had their number, with a few errors mixed in. I'll say as well, it's been like, Comeback obviously is this super explosive, aggressive player, but it definitely feels like sometimes he's out on his own, especially in early stages of the round. Like, it's basically him in a 1v1. I also feel like some of the post-plant scenarios, it's like, he's still super aggressive, even in 3v3. So I wonder if that's something that maybe will change over time, because it does feel like, yeah, it's like these. It's like you want him to take the space, that's fine, but I think if the round before, where they had a 3v3 post-plant, he goes sliding in and trades 1-for-1, I feel like that actually benefits the defense more than it benefits mates.
Yeah, in terms of getting to the site before that plant is down, it's more helpful. You thin out the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
When there's less attackers to play off of each other, it becomes much easier to start connecting those dots. A timeout called here by Gentlemates. Squad that had 4 rounds in a row, one of them gifted by Mr. Faldon with a little oopsie.
Well, and the 2v4.
Yeah, and the 2v4 where Mini got a 4K. Yeah, you're right.
So it has been like the sort of blips and clutch scenarios. I feel like FUT, obviously FUT also had the round that they won where comebacks swings and then they end up winning that, what was technically a 1v2 because a player was down and got picked back up. So I think both sides have had those sort of shakier moments at times throughout this match, but I think FUT are rightfully in the lead.
I need this. Thank you.
But now though, the purchase really does revolve around that superstar Turkish youngster once again. Comeback 12 and 10, and he's being given a rifle to try and win this round.
Track them down.
Lotus on the horizon if FUT do manage to pull this one through. Still have to win that next map after bombing out of their own pick. Things are already looking a damn sight better here. Pistol round helps out those score lines being a little bit more in favor of that defensive side. The op of CNED certainly hasn't gone quiet in this series, even on that first map. This time mates will avoid him. Taking it up through middle, which is now wide open. 4 players moving to the B site, ready for the big blitz, but it comes in elsewhere.
Gotta go. Shock it.
Pressure now rests on Yedajay's shoulders. He can't go down without at least taking one of them down. Traps already destroyed.
Yeah, they're going to get into the post bar pretty much for free. Now, obviously the weaponry advantage is firmly with one side. Hot flash out, come back, aggressive. He's found himself too, but the entirety of his squad has fallen in the meantime. The knife has even revealed exactly where Bekash is. This should be a done deal.
Well, thanks to the patience of Yedajay, walking through this smoke, a death sentence. Mates locked in at 4 still as FUT climb up to 7. You do look at Yedajay there, plenty of players would make the mistake going too early, but the call, wait for the flash, swing on the back of it together, and even with comeback, a resilient performance tucked in that corner. The other kills had already swung the other way. Mates come into this final one with just a single ultimate, the Neural Theft for Mini, online. For FUT, plenty to fall back on. We've got the Showstopper again, we've got the Null command from Krax's KO, and also a Neural Theft. Defense certainly looking likely to take this 8-4. It's an early Showstopper. He's got players right around the corner. Fires it a little shallow. Kamek survives on 44. Now takes the space, a surprise that Zeus wasn't ready for.
All right, it's a bold fight to take when you're that low on HP, but confidence definitely still there for Mates. Exactly 7-5 half. Definitely not a death sentence for them. Silencing Zeus early once more, but CNED is the one under pressure. He's been great so far. Okay, I think it was a leg shot to start, but it doesn't matter. The trade is immediate from Bekash. Now it comes down to just 3, but already somewhat equalized. I don't know if they'll be able to get the res back in.
And no smokes to get that done. Even then, it would be risky. The drone coming through is about to detect Mr. Fall, and he tries to take down the Sova. Player with the drone in hand at that moment, but he can't find them, safely tucked away. Yedajay now by his side. It's time for the retake. Hunter's Fury put through, using it up before the half is over. He gets his weapon out to trade as Mini gets contact. The trade doesn't come through though. It's Yedajay with 2, and again, this A site belongs to Yedajay, and the lead belongs to FUT. 8-4 at the halftime.
Yeah, a fantastic recovery. I think after the way this half started, the 3-0 and then losing 4 rounds in a row in fairly shaky fashion, FUT have definitely proven that, okay, this is a solid map for us. If anything, looking a little bit better than what we saw on their own map choice. With a whole lot still to do in this series if they want to get off to a good start. It's nice to see.
Well, that's the half over and done with. We will have a short break while we wait for the second. And in the meantime, we're going to throw it over to Yinsu. I believe she's going to be doing a little interview for us at the halftime. And a good spot for it as well, with Mates leading 1-0 and coming into this second half needing an inspiring comeback. It's been a tough one so far. It's been a difficult battle. They had that 4-round streak. They had a couple of rounds that were kind of gifted to them. Hopefully there'll be some inspiring words coming out of Squeezy from Gentlemates, who is standing by with Yinsu.
Well, if you've been enjoying what Gentlemates are doing on the server today, then you have these two partially to thank for it. Welcome back, Squeezy and Brox, to the VCT EMEA arena. How are we doing?
Really good, and you?
I'm very good.
Great.
I think you're going to sell a lot of jerseys with this roster. I think we're loving what they were bringing on map 1 and here, but it is a big risk, right, to change 3 players ahead of stage 2. So what was the reason behind this?
What's the reason? We have to change many things in the roster because we did a really bad split one, actually. So we had to reach for new players who wants to win and who wants to work a lot, because you have to work a lot to play on this stage and to win some matches. Every team is so strong, I think, this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we reached to many of players, and finally we have Comeback, we have Vekaj, we have Prox, and we are really, really happy to have them.
You could have just stopped at 1 superstar. How did you manage to get 3?
I don't know. Our staff did a good work. They did a good job to pick the players. We were just behind them, and I don't know what to say. They did a good work. That's it. And we're just lucky to have them, and just enjoying the moment.
And how important is it for you guys to not just make it to Paris, because, you know, we're going to France, but also to stay alive, to make sure I see you two again next year?
We're afraid, you know. We hope we will make it.
We love Valorant.
But it's a long pass.
Exactly.
But we will do it at the end.
Yeah, if there's anyone that can do it right now, it's these boys behind us. So thank you for joining me, and let's hope we can close it out for the second half.
We hope.
Let's go, baby.
Well, some inspiring words there from the booth. Perhaps mates can make it happen. 4 rounds on the board after the first half. This map certainly, I mean, if you swap the picks around, and don't tell me, I was
about to say,
it's
not looking great, is it?
Not on this map. Not on the first half, at least. But Tom, it's not
Should have
over
got them in
yet.
the first half, you know?
Their pistols have been pretty solid. They lost out here. They went 3-0 down with the second round force buy not working out. And hell, if that doesn't happen, maybe it's a completely different game. But it did feel like the rounds given to mates were errors
Well, you
on
know
the
what?
side of FUT.
I don't live in if, buts, or maybes. I live in absolutes, and it is going to be that aggressive B main push. Already, though, it's CNED to start. Comeback doesn't like that. He's the Turkish star of new, but it's the Turkish star of old that started off this round.
Damage done, though. Mr. Fallen and CNED vulnerable to some spams. Mates' response to losing that control is to fight for middle. But there are players waiting for them here. Zeus catches the angle, the headshot as well, but mates respond in kind. Zeus on the floor. CNED and Mr. Fallen both right low, and comeback now in the same boat, but he's able to drop the sliver of health that was left on CNED.
It's a bold strategy. Maybe not one I necessarily agree with. It seemed like comeback had exactly the same idea. Swinging back in while low. The reveal is going to tell them that there was a player on that corner. I think they already knew that. It's whether or not they'll know that Yedege is sat in this corner. Another aggressive position. They've cleared it. They know he's here, but dealing with him has been another problem altogether. 2 for 2 for FUT in this second map. And they are running away with it just as their opponents did on their choice.
Well, I guess those pistol round win percentages aren't going to change much for mates after all. Maybe back down to 43% at this point. They managed to increase it by 1. Doesn't last very long. Nice stuff from FUT, and that is a terrible sign for what's to come for Gentlemates. This being their map pick, losing both pistols. Going 3-0 down to start out the previous, losing 5 rounds in a row to close out that previous half as well. But it was a force buy in round 2 for mates last time. Now they'll go for a more conventional purchase. The Marshall, the only thing invested into. It's not quite lost, but the player wielding it is.
But it's still, so far this game, that Zeus hasn't been there individually. And that's the one thing that worries me when we get to map 3, is that if you get him online for FUT, I don't think it matters so much what's on the other side, especially with that we've seen good plays from CNED throughout the series. Mr. Farland's looked good in this map, bar the one round that we won't talk about. Cracks, I think, was decent on the last map as well. So this is starting to get very dangerous for mates. As said, like for FUT, it's about a road back to champs. They've been a team that has made it in the past and always been competitive. For mates, it's a very different road. Champs would be wonderful. It keeps them in the league. But even just looking at top 8, that wasn't something they managed when it came to the last. Well, Yedege, he has lost his pistol, but he's probably won his team the round. I don't think they're going to be pushing that elbow again.
It's not quite a totem pole, more a pyramid.
Planted.
The pyramid scheme works
Maybe
out
a tower?
in favor of mates. It could be.
An Eiffel one. He got an Eiffel in that round.
That was
you didn't see the extra layer, did you?
No.
You were like, well, obviously. I saw it in your eyes. And now I see pain. And that's exactly what I enjoy. More pain for the side of mates in this one. Zeus starting to wake up. God of Thunder has been dormant.
Going down to the spike to play. Stun goes through to keep them around, but no, it won't be doing anything. They're already well and truly out of here. I thought for a second he was going to just commit the aftershock. But it's not to be, thankfully. Saving those credits for the next. Double digits on the side of FUT. A strong start to this second half when they already had the lead 8-4. And now mates find themselves in a very similar position to where they put FUT after half number 1 over on Bind. The climb back is steep, and it's looking like FUT will be taking us to Lotus.
Seeing the pings at top mid. They're about to do something incredibly aggressive. It looks like it, at least. Shock Dart's been sent through to destroy the trip, but they are immediately splitting. CNED is behind them, and they have they have no idea. He's still at least got one, and the trade was there. It's fine. We don't need a slow-mo replay, but we might need one of this. It's coming to fight two.
Planted.
Neither of them connected. Leaving a 2v3 scenario where FUT are going to get aggressive again. They're walking into the firing squad, but somehow with the stinger, Yetishay has found a double. This round isn't making sense in terms of who's winning the fights. Oh, Yetishay
Touched it. Dodged that paranoia perfectly. He knows now the players on the left side, has the info to work with. Smoke down. The tap comes through from Prox. He's going to take it to half. Surely not sticking it all the way, but Yetishay grows suspicious. The spam in. Now Prox has the info. The second tap. Yetishay sprays. He's running low on ammo, and Prox reads that perfectly. A much-needed round for mates, but it's so damn costly.
Yeah, I don't know how they're finding that much value with the stinger. The double spray down from Yetishay, not even at like that short of range. This not being more than one kill, but even still trading out. And then the Kamek double spray down, which I'll be honest with you, like the first one was nice, but the second one took about 15 minutes. It is not the prettiest. Right. Zeus is about to change his mouse crosshair. Everything that he can find.
Gotta change
New
his
res.
Change his res and forget his lineups. Who would do that? Double digits. Double digits for FUT. They're stuck here for now. Mates win 2 more. Looks like a much more competitive game. Already pushing.
And if they lose 2 more, it's almost done.
That's true, Tom. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The credits running low for the side of FUT, so a real chance to connect that double, to put it 10-7. Bring this back into the realms of possibility for the defensive side.
Yeah, if they lose this one, it's done.
Yes.
They don't have the credits, they don't have ultimates, other than Vekash being relatively close. Like, it would basically clear a path to FUT.
Cage triggered.
Already, a lot of space taken. A couple of kill trips set up, hoping to catch someone that they can spray onto. Nade going over the top, really nice. It's gonna force Mini all the way back, but it's the shots from Vekash to work out. Mini alongside him has at least kept this one even. Had to go back to get the spike. It's gonna be just a firefight! Oh, the cracks they're both there! One through the wall, and well, maybe one nail in the coffin.
I don't know if that flash even connected on them. It looked like they were both playing anti.
I think they were, yeah. I don't think it did connect onto anyone. He just won the fight.
He's just better. Catch it in the replay. This is the only battleground we essentially saw.
Yeah.
This one set of stairs, having all of the duels, CNED, both barrels proving deadly, but yeah, it's just that spray down. They've waited for the flash. They swung off the back of it, but they cannot win the duels. And Gentlemates, oh, they're calling a timeout here, man, but it's almost just leaving them stewing in what's in front of them. No credits for this round, as you said. That should be 12, and then 7 in a row needed. This defensive side hasn't looked dominant. It hasn't looked solid. It's going to have to be a different game played by this squad.
But that's the thing, you're looking at Cracks currently 18, 10, and 10, CNED 18 and 12, Yetishay 14 and 9. Like, unless you somehow pull off a miracle in this round, I don't believe they're going to win 7 in a row. Like, I think when FUT are on individually, someone will get them across the line. As we've seen in a lot of these rounds, there's been a lot of clutch scenarios, a lot of individual brilliance, like CNED with a double, Cracks them with a double. And on the other side, okay, like Mini had his moments here and there. Comeback has been decent, but I feel like he's won them a lot of fights, but then also over-peaked in quite a few scenarios that have ended up letting rounds slip away. It could have been a closer game, but
I will find
as I said, it isn't. And now, well, Mini's going to try and be the hero. I don't mind it. I think if anybody was going to pull off one of these clutch rounds, he's probably the name that I would suggest, but it's a big ask.
You got to hope on the power of the numbers on the other side of the map, but even now you can see that the net is being spread thin by mates, assuming that the play is coming towards B, but it's a default for FUT. They know that they're possibly up against a force buy, likely up against a mixed bag. These are not the rounds to make mistakes in. On the cusp of victory, a more dominant victory than what they were dealt on their own map pick. Going into Lotus, that could hold a lot of value to have the wind in the sails.
Shadows traveling. Here.
CNED already has spotted a victim. But that is where the majority of players currently lie. Cracks with the lineup. They've also thrown a season as well. This is all to sell the idea that they're going towards A. But to be fair to mates, they have read it as a ruse. They have got this spot on.
Mini saw the knife being thrown out. He saw it thrown from the B side of mid. He didn't see anybody cross afterwards. The immediate call was to rotate in. Now there's 5 players here. This fake has played against the hand of FUT. It's a solid opening for Mini, but Yedege down below. He's able to double, and CNED comes in with 2. No shields, at most a light shield on the other side, and that's a field day for CNED Sniper.
And there he is.
CNED himself.
Yeah, CNED himself,
the crowd.
the Omen. It never would have been said. If I'd said that a year ago, you would have called me crazy, but he's currently 21 and 12. Playing the Omen Sniper a lot of the time. I'm honestly surprised, like we saw him get caught out with Util earlier. I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen that more with the way that he's playing, but it has been working. 12-5. A group that definitely seems tough on paper, especially for playoffs being crucial for mates. A victory here versus a changing tide of FUT. Without a captain going would be huge, but this map is looking like a bridge too far.
Well, it's so much needed as well. Like, obviously, they commit Null Command and From the Shadows previously, Neural Theft as well, but Showstopper about to be online. Coming into next round, it will be. They've got credits to purchase up in the next. Zeus will have Showstopper if they lose this one. It's not just about winning 1 or 2. It's 7 in a row for Gentlemates. That could be 2 full ult cycles on the other side. 2 big rounds that FUT can play with. For mates, consistency has never been more important than here and now.
And as said, with the way that the individuals are currently playing, this is dangerous. This is really dangerous. Comeback, okay, they're going to have to break the trip, so at least that gives Mini a warning sign. Get back into the corner is something you'd expect to be cleared, but he still wins the fight anyway. That's a gun retrieved. They believed in him to hold it in the last round. This time he gave them an advantage already. It's going to be the showstopper thrown into play. Zeus, you'd expect him to win that fight, and he does. Level again.
Neck and neck. As time keeps on ticking, it's Gentlemates that need to fight their way back into the site. They've given FUT control there. They've waited. Their courtesy.
Ahead.
Running low as they fight tooth and nail. Down to a 2v2. Both players low, but a totem pole stacked up. Yedege, so reliable in these moments. The tap from Kamek. He swings wide, tries to catch him off, but Yedege, he saw the shoulder. He knows that defuse isn't being stuck, and he's got the info again. A phenomenal play by Yedege as he uses the clock to his advantage. It is 13-5.